Hello friends, Samuel Graham doing TCGs yet again. Doing another couple cases of bright lights. And I'm gonna see if I like. I got this sorting tool. I'll use it for sorting one way or the other, but I want to see if I like using it for box openings as well. So that is our test of the day. Probably just use it for the stuff that I usually keep on screen, like foils, rares, and then the big stuff. But that's the idea. We'll see how I feel about using that. It'd be a fun test. I'd seen Goblin Reserve, who I have repped on the playmat anyway. I'm pretty sure if this isn't the exact one that they took a look at, it is very similar. And so I saw it opened up and was like, you know what? Or I saw it on Amazon opened up. I was like, let's give it a whirl. Could be fun. So here we are. Being it could fun. 2 packs with nothing fancy yet. I don't have an adult Max Nitro yet. That is a glaring absence. There is a Steel Street Enforcement for Majestic #1. So that's one thing I'm not sure about, is that I like to spread out the Majestics a little bit. Keep them fanned out, which this will not allow for. But that's okay. I think. I think that is an acceptable change. But we'll see if I still feel that way. So far, I kind of like it though. Easier to keep stacks together that way. My smart speaker apparently thought I was talking at it because it just burped at me. Go figure. So thus far, we are only at 1 Majestic and nothing else fancy. It's been interesting. So I think this is, I don't know, I might do one more that's 2 cases. I haven't decided for sure yet. Don't hold me to it. But so far, doing double case openings. Alright, well, this just turned me into a liar. There is this one needs a double-sided sleeve. That is our legendary. That is Singularity and Teklovasan Mecropotent Ultron himself, which is just such a cool card. I am a fan. What I was going to say is every 2 case opening I've done so far, the first case was... Okay, and there is a cold foil. Following right behind, the Evo battery pack. I believe I already have a cold foil of that one, but that is all right. Excuse me. The first case has been decent or good. We got some Steel Street Hoons. Or decent or not so good, I guess is the thing. And then the second one has been great. This is already, well, I say that. The decent one had a legendary. So this one is already, it's at least landing in the decent category because we've got a legendary and a duplicate legendary of a card with the legendary keyword, which means only one can be in a deck. So I do not need this copy. So I will be trying to trade or otherwise. Ooh, good pack. That is an Annihilator Engine, Rainbow Foil Majestic, and Slay. I believe my 3rd copy of that non-foil from the expansion slot. kind of feel like this might, now it's too early to say this for sure, but this might be helping the focus a little bit too on the stuff I'm actually opening. This may be a bigger overall win than I thought. Oh, wrong step. Using the sorting tray, because the commons, I'm not going to bother throwing those in the tray. They will overflow it entirely too quickly. But I think this works perfectly for every other category of card I open, at least for a single set. If I'm doing something like the multiple sets, like the George stuff, or the occasionally, yeah, mostly just the George stuff. If I ever do like a chaos thing where I want to keep sets separate, that might be a little tricky. But for a single set, this may be perfect. This may be perfect. Or I could get another one, because it's modular and you can connect more of them to it if you get more. I don't know how much I can fit on camera. That's the other thing, is I can't tell. That's the only other downer, is I can't tell how many cards I have in each stack this time. And I won't have the double row of like Majestics to compare prismatic lenses. But again, that's not the end of the world. There are worse problems to have in the TCG opening gang. Well, the first box of this case has already been pretty good. That Annihilator engine foil. We got a common cold foil, but an Iron Man looking cool one. And how many? So far just 4 Majestics, but we got the legendary. We got Old Man Teklo. And we got an Evo Steel Soul Processor from Majestic 5. Which I either needed one more. That's either 3 or 4. Hey, how many times have I said that? That's either 3rd or 4th. I know Memory was the one that I already had. A Tectonic Rift, which is number 4. I know that one for sure. But that also puts us at 6 Majestics. So that is probably wrapping up. This is the last pack, but that probably wrapped up the hits from this box. Wrapped it up. Yep, sure enough. So we had a rare foil, but nothing wild beyond that. That is all right. On to box 2. Let's see what goodness is in it. I may even just combine the pulls from the 2 cases and try and remember what it is. I don't know, maybe not. Again, I can change my mind. I'm trying to entertain y'all, but like, y'all don't make me do anything I don't get. I mean, you probably could. I've got a pretty humble viewership, but if you guys decided to just like show up and make me do something. Another Steel Street Hoons. Second one of this opening already. Y'all could make me. I mean, you could do it. I'm pretty comfortable in saying that I could not hold out against all y'all trying to make me do something. Oh my goodness. Wow. So box number 2, that is a second Teklo Vossen. That needs to be a double-sided one again. That is a second of the same legendary Teklovasen. That's silly. Okay. So this case is definitely trending a direction I like. Let's see if it can keep it up. Alright, we got an Evo Command Center in cold foil. I can't remember if I already had one of those or not. As if they're not sitting right next to me, I could check. I'm not going to, but I could. War Machine. Doesn't look quite like War Machine, but you know, we'll take it. Scrap Harvester. So we've already got 2 Majestics, and from the same case, a second Teklovasen. Are we going to get one in every box? I'm in. I mean, I'd probably rather get a different legendary rather than continued duplicates of the same one. But you know what? Whatever. Destiny is all, as my good friend Uhtred would say. There's Heist. So we got a cold foil and a rainbow. Oh, I didn't even... And Wax Off is the next card there. So we got... That was a good pack. A rainbow foil Majestic and a Majestic from the expansion slot. But the rainbow foil Heist. I usually only keep one of each foil. So that is actually an extra Heist for me. Which is just as well in the realm of trading for stuff I'm missing or recouping costs. Either way. That's a good... And a foil wax. I think that happened to me in another box, that I got a regular and a foil in the same thing. But a foil expansion slot card is always nice. And that's a second Majestic rainbow foil in a box where I already had... Ooh, Soul Controller. I'm not sure I've pulled any of this yet. I don't know if I've had this. Transforms in from or into Evo with different name. You would put an attack action card with 6 from your graveyard in your... Okay. Fascinating. That's a really good box. It's a really good box, and so far a really freaking good case. Goodness. Hydraulic, Big Shot. And some proto stuff. Come on, pack. This last one on the first stat. We're at the halfway point of box 2. And this box has already rocked it. As the case itself has already rocked it. This is going quite nicely. I'm pretty sure I've got... I keep a play set of everything typically. And then one of each foil. I think I have all the rares. If I have all the rares, I certainly have all the commons. But there are definitely still a few Majestics. Like that Evo, the Soul Controller, I don't think I've even seen one yet. So there are probably some Majestics I haven't pulled at all yet. I've started sorting, but I haven't inventoried yet. 2 Teklovasens. That's just wild. Two legendaries in the first 2 boxes. We're going to get a Marvel. We're going to get another legendary. We're going to get the Marvel Teklovasen. How cool would that be? That's another one of those cards that I'm going to have a hard time. Atom Breaker. I like that card. I only had one of those, so that's helping my set. The Marvel Teklovasen, it looks so good. It's going to be one of those cards that I'm going to have a hard time with as far as typically stuff that expensive, especially if I have a cheaper version. Another Tectonic Rift. Especially if there's like a cheaper version of it I can keep. Something like the Marvel, I'll usually go ahead and part ways with as part of the recoup effort. Ooh, that one's going to be hard. I hope I have the opportunity to find out what I do. I always said the same thing about both the Emperor and the other one, Levia. The Emperor and Levia too, that either one of those would probably end up having to go out the door as much as it would hurt my feelings. So this is probably the same ballpark, but I can change my mind. That's the name of the game, right? Tick-tock clock. I think I needed one more of those. Definitely just chipping away at the collection. Which is a reminder, don't buy boxes, cases, whatever, just to get a specific card. It is a poor use of the money when you can just buy the card. However, if you can afford it, it's not going to mess you up. You're like me, you just like ripping packs. Do your thing. Don't let me stop you from having a good time if it's not going to hurt anything. Last pack of box 2, which has already been excellent. Nothing new in the close, but let's see. We ended up with that processor. I guess that tectonic rift closed it off. So we got 7 Majestics, 2 foils, and another freaking Teklovasen. That's 2 this video. That's not just, oh yeah, we got a second Teklovasen. We pulled 3 Teklovasi. Teklovasens, Vasi. We pulled 3 total. We've done 2 in this video. And not just 2 this video. We've done 2 this case. So, can our luck hold? I haven't pulled a Fabled, Rainbow Foil, or Cold Foil yet. So that's another something I wouldn't mind seeing. Alright. Continuing right along, Mark. Nothing in box 3 just yet. Just a few packs in though. It's early yet. It's hard to say, I think this case can be counted as anything other than a win at this point. Ooh, Grinding Gears foil. I think I already had a foil, but I'm not positive. So that's our first hit of box 3 though. Check out. One Rainbow Foil Majestic and nothing else. That's a funny start. Especially several packs in. Nope. Now, soup up! Like we're about 6 packs in already. Cognition, Mock Breaker. That might be my 3rd. So that's non-foil Majestic number 1. Making some progress. I think my rares are going to overflow this too. That's going to be something I will have to consider. Security Script. No, regular Max Nitro. Had to spot check that. So I pulled 1 Adult Dash, 2 Adult Teklovasen, and no Adult Nitro yet. There is a Evo Energy Matrix, which I think is one of the Professor cards. Looks really good in cold foil. I can't remember if I already have one or not. decent cold foil, and I see what looks like a legendary. I do indeed. Goodness gracious. That is the rainbow foil warband of baloney. Legendary a box so far this case. Granted, the rainbow foil warband is like... I've looked at some prices now. Like a $20 card. So it's not like super expensive. Twin Drive's awesome though. So it's not like a super expensive card or anything that, but 3 legendaries. That's just silly. I don't know, y'all. Legendary number 4 of the case. The reprint of Feindel's Spring Tunic. Great card. The reprint has, I think, had the intended result of bringing the price of like a non-alpha or one of the like full art prize ones down. But it's still a great staple card, and good grief. A 4th legendary this case. The second one, was that 2 packs in a row? I saw the frame as I was opening the pack, spoiled myself a little bit. But I didn't even pay attention to the fact that it had to be 2. That's wild. What a great box. I think I've only got 2 Majestics, but I've pulled 2 legendaries, and one of them's a Tunic. This is ridiculous. Maybe rares don't go in here anymore? Or I mean, I'll have to move them between between cases because I'm about to... I may even have to move it before the 3rd box. I don't think it can handle that many. Or maybe the big hits just shift over and join the... No, because that still wouldn't work for 2 cases. See, y'all are letting me think out loud too much. Gotta tell me to stop. Good grief, y'all. What a box. What a case. I'm honestly just not expecting anything else out of this one, but we got 5 packs left, looks like. Got a Tunic already. Goodness. So that's another one of my things. It's like I like to collect all the cards, even if it's like a duplicate from another set. But if I've already got a Tunic, do I keep the first Tunic from this set or not? It gets tricky. I don't know what to do. Just don't know. Ooh. I think this is actually the first Phantom Tide Maw I've pulled, and I'm not holding my stuff on camera very well. But from that expansion slot, we got a Phantom Tide Maw. First copy of that at all. So that, like I say, there's still Majestics I'm hitting for the first time. This many cases in. Moonshot. underloot. That's just funny. And dash Databasi. Alright, we're going to move the rares. Just kind of have to. Gotta make some room. Alright. Box 4. We've already got 4 legendaries. We've been hitting cold foils good. We've been hitting legendaries good. I don't know. I mean, part of me feels like I shouldn't expect anything from this box because we've already hit so much goodness. There's a soul processor. That's almost certainly a duplicate at this point. Or an extra, rather. We got plenty of duplicates. I mean, extra. Because we gotta have our playset. Spring leak, torque. Burn them rubbers. Heavy artillery gigawatt. Alright, Evo Sentry base chest. That, a common cold foil, I am almost 100% certain I already have. Soup up. So that right there is a rainbow foil fabled. What is this freaking case, y'all? When it's pitched, you may put a steam counter on an item you control with crank. That's just ridiculous. Steel Street Enforcement. I know y'all enjoy it when I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. With 4 legendaries and a rainbow foil fabled. And a Tome of Imperial Flame. Goodness. What a good majestic to hit. This case. This case. I mean, really friggin' good case. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I'm running out of superlatives to describe how I feel about this case. This one's just blowing me away at this point. 4 legendaries and a fabled. Gas Guzzler. 4 legendaries. 2 of them Ultron. Alright, that last pack's gonna be annoying, so I'll get both of the last packs at the same time instead of just finishing the column this time. How about that? Change things up. I could have even just not told y'all that. You never would have known. So I guess you don't get to complain about it anyway. You can complain about whatever you want. I love you guys. Soup up! I do love soup. Pho. Vietnamese pho. I mean, any kind of pho. I guess so I see like pho Thai and Vietnamese pho. any fa. I'm happy with fa, just in general. I can't believe we got a freaking fabled. That's ridiculous. Hey, smashing performance. I know I don't need another copy of that, but I won't complain about seeing that. Love our expansion slot cards in general. Evo Room engine and a prismatic lens. Another majestic right there. I don't know if the common foils are even going to hold up for 2 cases. We may have to reevaluate and move my stack. Gigawatt foil. Move my stacks anyway, which is fine. That's okay too. I'm used to doing that, so it's certainly an option. Soup up. Junkyard Dag. To say this case was excellent feels like a massive short sell, as we, not an extended art one, but a foil annihilator engine nonetheless. Yeah. It may not have been the Monster Marvel, it may not have been like the Cold Foil Fabled, but to say that this box with 4 legendaries, including a Tunic, 2 Teklavasins, and a Rainbow Foil Fable. To say anything, this was anything other than a home run would just be disingenuously underselling it. This was a home run case. Absolute home run case. 2 packs left. Then I'll do my quick reset. And go to case 2. Soup up. I mean, at this point, I think I've already gotten my share of Majestics even. I got the Fabled already. I'm not expecting to see anything else. Like another hit really here. And sure enough, but holy cow. Let's review. That's 1 case, friends. One of the cases. 1 human case. On top of that, we got cold foils, we got Evo Sentry Base, we got Evo Energy Matrix, Evo Command Center, Evo Battery Pack. Several of which I think are extras for me, but whatever. But then we got Grinding Gears, Wax Off, 2 Annihilator Engines foil, I didn't even catch that, and Heist. Plus a run of Majestics in general, including a couple that I saw for the first time. That case was truly ridiculous. Alright, let's do a quick reset. Doing 2 cases is a lot. I hope that y'all have enjoyed that route. I don't know that I'll make it a regular thing. Case that I almost dropped. I don't know that I'll make it a regular thing to do 2 cases. It just feels like a lot. And I know it makes for a long video. So those of you who have still been watching and enjoying watching me have blue screens when I pull dumb things like 5 legendaries and 4 legendaries and a fabled, apologies, out of a single case, I appreciate your time. I try not to take it for granted. I got to the point where, though as easy as it is to just do one case and do a video like that, because, you know, I tend to do quite a bit at a time, and then another freaking tome. That might be my fourth one. I think that's finally an extra. That's a great start. But since I do a lot, sometimes it gets like almost too far out, and I start wanting to do other videos, and I just don't have a good spot to put them. So that's part of it. Was wanting to not get myself so far out there. Especially knowing that I already had a few in the can from my George Care Package series. Knowing that I've got a little bit of, not a lot, not even as much as I did Lord of the Rings, but I've got a little bit of Doctor Who coming. Just stuff like that. Knowing that I've already got a lot out there. Not wanting to get too far ahead of myself, but also wanting to have a good supply of videos as well. Just kind of working on finding that balance. There's a magnetic lock wave. Majestic number 2. It's just, yeah, working through things. Gigawatt! How to both maximize appeal to people looking to see stuff, not overstay my welcome too much, because again, I try not to take advantage of y'all's time. And I see a cold foil coming up. There's a Cogworks base arm. I think I only have one Cogworks so far. That might be, I can't remember. I feel like that's the one I already have, but I'm not sure. Dissolving shield. I do not expect this box to live up to that first one. That one was so freaking good. This case, rather. Maybe I said case. I don't remember. I'm not very smart, y'all. Another foil wax off in the expansion slot. Not mad at that. Yeah, so I guess I just don't know. Will this be sort of like the, how I was saying before I started pulling silliness in the last box, or the last case. Every 2 case opening I've done has had, usually it was the first one, but has had one case that was kind of the not just weaker but intoxicating shot, but obviously weaker case. Which almost anything would be obviously weaker than the case I just opened. But still that same wondering, is this that obviously weaker, or does this one still make, as if it's a living, thinking organism, does this one still make a swing at being a big hitter? Ah. We are over halfway through this box. We have hit a cold foil and a rainbow foil majestic already. So that may be inching in on our answer already. How many? 3 majestics. So really, for rate, that was completely thrown out the window by that last case. We're really only looking for 3 more majestics. Will we get the surprise of a Marvel or a Legendary? There's War Machine. That's a cool card. It really is. Which I'm pretty sure I have more than a place at a War Machine now, too. Hydraulic Pulse Wave Protocol. I am almost positive I did not have a foil of that yet. So that's a second Rainbow Foil Majestic. So that might steal the slot of a Majestic, or it might simply be our bonus to put it very slightly over rate. Soup up. Looks like about, can't tell exactly, but looks like about 4 packs left for box 1 of this case. Moonshot. There's Majestic number 5. And Grenade Boom. Yep. 3, including the one in hand. Just looking for one more Majestic. And then we will be on rate for those and officially over rate for the box. I'm looking forward to building decks with this. Even my giveaway decks. Well, there is our Evo Facebreaker, which I think is the last one I need for that card. That puts us on, and a Tide Maw to put us even further above rate. Only my second Phantom Tide Maw, but nice to see it. So we are officially a Majestic and a foil Majestic above rate. So no big hit that box, but after that first case, I have no room to complain. And it was still technically above rate. When it comes to, as my pal Mark over at Fabulous would say, premium cards, Majestic and up, we still hit that pretty hard with an extra Majestic and an extra foil Majestic. Not upset. Penetration Script. So we're still rocking and rolling through box 2. No hits at all just yet. Liquid Cooled Mayhem, always a cool card to see. Still none. Gosh, I laugh about it every time I think about it. The what's that? Dynasty? It was either Dynasty or Uprising, a box that Louis at Kitchen Table TCG opened for me. That was just, there's a Majestic. Steel Street Hoons. Like, it had a damaged cold foil. A damaged cold foil, 2 Majestics, and like a foil Majestic or something. Like, just an absolute catastrophe of a box. Still, soup up. Still one of the funny and saddest things I've ever been a party to. Cognition Field. Ratchet up. So we've got, what, 1 Majestic so far this box and nothing else. No cold foil. 1 Majestic. This definitely has the feel of the... Well, there's a cold foil. All right. Smooth Bore, which I think I need this one. This definitely has the feel now of the letdown case. It's just funny how it just seems to be that way. A good one and a bad one in every pair. A bad one's a stretch. My third case was pretty mediocre. The first one was still good. We got a legendary out of it. So calling it bad, you'll get a ticket for that, is not fair. Burn rubber. Still, 6th case now. Only 3 total adult heroes. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. This case is looking... This box is not looking good. Which lends me towards thinking this case is gonna be not good. Then again, with something like Marvel Teklovasen in the set, all it takes is one card to completely change that estimation. Okay, Demolition Protocol. Because still no Adult Max Nitro. Only 1 dash, only 2 Teklovasi. Soup up. Whew. Not a good box. Cognition Field. Only, I guess, 4 packs left. And a lot of ground to make up for this one to impress me. Well, there's a system. Okay. Well, that helped quite a bit, actually. A foil system failure for a Rainbow Foil Majestic, and an Already Dead, which is a pretty... People have been seeming pretty excited about that card in the assassin crowds. So that's a pretty good hit. That's pretty darn good. Gigawatt Heist for another Majestic. Remember what I said about only 1 card. 2 cases today. That is 2 Rainbow Foil. Ooh, another pack was down there that I didn't see. That is 2 cases and 2 Rainbow Foil Fableds, friends. It only takes 1 card. Yeah, that made up for it. Between the Already Dead and now hitting a Fabled, we're alright. What's in this last pack of this box? That is Heavy Artillery, a Evo Steel Soul controller. You'll get a ticket. So yeah, we got, what did that end up being? So the Tide Maw was the last thing we saw there. So that's only 5 Majestics, but we got cold foil and rainbow foil, and we got a fabled here. So we're not gonna quibble over a lack of a non-foil Majestic when we got our second fabled in as many cases. Let's keep going. Box 3. This case has rolled over into, all right, you done good territory. So we'll see if it has any more surprises. I mean, honestly, once you get a fabled, I'm pretty content with it. Gigawatt! I'm pretty content with it regardless. I know that may not work out with like dollars and cents, but once you see a fabled, you're in an alright spot. Two fables today. 2 fables. There is cold foil for this box, an Evo thruster, which I think I need. Not a whole lot of complaints to make when you've seen 2 fableds. Not without just being a turd. Destiny is all. Last Kingdom. If you're okay with medieval fantasy-esque, it's historical fiction. You know, some content, as it were, decent amount of violence, that kind of stuff. If you can handle that, The Last Kingdom is my go-to recommended show. Sort of for a, I mean, I think it's pretty popular, Magnetic Lockway, enough to go several seasons on Netflix and get a wrap-up movie, but for a relatively off the beaten path show, like it's not necessarily talked about as loudly as Game of Thrones was in its heyday, and it has finished after the wrap-up movie. Soup up, heavy artillery, another intoxicating shot. It's my go-to recommendation for shows there. If you can kind of handle the often R-rated violence, occasionally R-rated other stuff. We'll put it that way. Big Bertha. It is a go-to for me. Am I ever going to see a Max Nitro? I kind of feel like the answer might be no. Or even another dash, for that matter. 6 cases and only 3 total adult heroes. That's kind of wild. Gigawatt! Gigawatt! 2 in a row. Yellow and red, one of them shiny. How do we handle that? Heavy artillery, soup up. Quick fry. Pulse wave protocol. Oh, and contest the mind field. So that's another foil pulse wave protocol. I pulled one, I think, in the other case. So it's an extra, but I like this contest the mind field card. That's a pretty fun card. I look forward to when I actually build my wizard, now that I got my striders, to I look forward to giving it a whirl. Another war machine too. Love it. Ooh. A foil Sonata. I don't think it's a good card, but I don't have a foil. So that's another 2 foil Majestic box. Firewall, Boulevard, Dumpster. So we are almost through box 3. So while definitely, like I say, almost anything was going to be a letdown after that last just ridiculous case. Hydraulic press. This one cannot be considered, I don't think, once I've seen a Fabled, I don't think this one can be considered a weak case per se. One thing I've noticed, the last set I ran into, y'all saw my was that the last set? 2 sets ago. Good grief. I guess for the last couple sets, Moonshot had a lot of crimping issues. I haven't seen any in what I've opened for Bright Lights yet. So that's a nice piece of improvement, even on top of just the general card art quality super improvements that are nice. Firewall, Evo Thruster, Razzle Dazzle. Last pack of box 3, another average box. As I throw cards everywhere, proved it to be true because that next to last slot had a hyperdriver in it. As I knock a bunch of commons over too. Oh no. I'm really worried about it. Alright, let's slide that stack of rares out so we've got them for the final box. Let's not, however, put them where we were going to put the box. Last box of the video. First case was just freaking ridiculous. This case has been good. Does box 4 finish knocking it out of the park for us? Pack 1 does not. 23 to go. Let's see what we do. Gigawatt. I get the feeling like it feels like that Fabled. I mean, there's not much you could do. A cold foil Fabled or Big Daddy Teklo Marvel are the only things you can do better per se. But it feels like this is probably our big hit. I kind of don't. I'm not expecting anything else major here. I say that a lot and often get surprised, but I'm not expecting anything else at this point. That feels like it finishes us up. Enough with the young Max Nitros. One adult Max Nitro, please. Soup up. Ooh, Hyper Scrapper. Razzle Dazzle. A young Dash. This is the 6th case. 3 adult heroes. There's a dinged card. It's going to be good. It's a Steam Canister. That's fine. You'll get a ticket for that. Evo thruster, smash, soup up. Oh, and Evo Sentry base legs. Not necessarily the cold foil we were hoping for, but a cold foil I need. I don't have that one. So that's good news. Ratchet up. Gas glut. Max. Do we need to have a talk about growing up? Hydraulic press. Firewall. Scrap. Ooh, sleigh. We're now into the very extra copies of Slay. But we like our expansion. I said it previously, I really like the expansion slot concept. I'm a big fan of that now. So I applaud that, and I like getting those expansion slot cards. It's just fun. Burn rubber. Mechanical strength. I do have 2 Japanese cases. I am assuming they are still not paper packs. So that's going to be interesting to work through. Cognition filed. Heavy artillery. Firewall. I love the foiling on Scrap Harvester. It just makes me happy every time. Just the foils in general. I love what they've done in this set. It's just a fun set. Full tilt and nada. This box is not only not impressing me, up to this point, it has depressed me. We still got a Fabled for the case, so that's kind of okay. But I'd love to see something, or at least pick up some more Majestics, because I think we're under budget on those. Gigawatt Terminator tank, all right, on cue. I'd like one more surprise. You know what else? I need to buy more Dusk Till Dawn because I still want to pull one of those dang serialized cards. That is completely off topic and I apologize, but it is no less true, so you get to deal with it. Liquid cooled, soup up, torque, and another Sonata. Phantasmia. Again, I don't really think it's a good card, but you like our expansion slot. And somebody's going to wreck me with it at some point and prove me wrong, and then I'm going to come back to you all crying about how wrong I was. It's just guaranteed. Hydraulic press. A quantum processor, okay. The Majestic. Three packs left of case 2. Which we got a Fabled, so we didn't whiff. But Gigawatt. As I was saying, I can't really complain. We got a Fabled. The last case was just dumb. It's fine. Maybe slightly disappointing, but it's fine. No, not a true whiff like I was trying to say. That's not a fair statement. Got another Majestic. Evo Engine Room. Evo Atom Breaker, I think for number 3. What have I told you? But yeah, so no, we got that foil. Fabled. So this case gave us 4, 2 rare, 2 common cold foils. We got 5 foil Majestics again, 2 of which were expansion slot this time. That's fun. We did get the foil fabled, or the rainbow foil fabled. And what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We actually ended up below expectation on Majestics. But we got the fabled. We got some cool stuff. Not much room to complain. Thank you so much. Like I say, I won't keep you any longer. I really appreciate you spending some of your day with me. I try not to take that for granted. I just appreciate it so much. I hope y'all had a good time seeing what nonsense I pulled out of these packs. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Bye, y'all, rather. Have a great rest of your day, y'all. Bye, y'all. Too many y'alls, but it is what it is. You got to close on. Bye, y'all.